afternoon, Bay Nation. Welcome to another episode of Fantasy Bay. I'm your host, Mike Williams, and today we're going over the waiver wire for Week 8. Starting off with the quarterback position. This one's actually a little up in the air because I don't know if Jameis is starting, but whether it's Jameis or Andy Dalton, either way, they have an amazing matchup going up against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are terrible against the quarterback. Just like last week, I told you to start Davis Mills. Now you're starting the Saints quarterback, whichever one that is. I also like Daniel Jones against Seattle. And Marcus Mariota against Carolina is I'm not really excited about that one, honestly. Especially after they shut down my Bucks. Ugh, disgusting. Still upset about it. Running backs you need to add right now. Gus Edwards. Coming off of the PUP list, I wasn't sure that they were going to give Gus Edwards all this work. But 16 carries for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns? If he's out on your waiver wire, scoop him up. These next two is an either-or situation. Either Devonta Foreman or Chuba Hubbard. Foreman had 15 carries for 118 yards, but no touchdown. Whereas Chuba Hubbard only had 63 yards, but he came down with a touchdown. He also had 3 targets. Me personally, like I told y'all when the injury happened, Devonta Foreman is the guy that I think that you want in this backfield. Also, on top of that, Chuba Hubbard got a little banged up. Some other running backs you need to make sure aren't still out there. Isaiah Pacheco looks like he's going to get more run coming up soon. He was named the starter this week, even though it really didn't matter. Latavius Murray is getting some run. He was the one that got the touchdown this week. I also like Tyler Algier, Rashad White, and Kyron Williams. He's on IR right now, so if you do pick him up, you can probably slip him to your IR spot until he comes back. But running back for the Los Angeles Rams, he had some hype before the season started. I think you should get him on your roster just in case he pops off. Do you need wide receiver help? Don't worry, I got you. Wan'Dale Robinson is a solid add. I think he's going to be the lead wide receiver on this somehow dominating New York Giants team. Seriously, 6-1? This is wild. Next up, Marquise Goodwin. I'm not saying that he's going to get 2 touchdowns again. Honestly, there's a chance that he doesn't have a 2-touchdown game for the rest of this year, but he is crazy fast, so don't sleep on him. He is like Olympic fast. But I don't quite know what's going on with DK Metcalf at the moment. Is he going to be out a couple weeks? And if he is, Marquise Goodwin's going to have a solid role in this offense. Oh, this one hurts. I single-handedly lost my matchup this week because of this guy, Mecole Hardman. What is going on? 28 fantasy points. He dominated this week. At my detriment, of course. But I'm here for you, the people. Last 3 games, he's had double-digit fantasy points. And last game, he dominated. They're going on bye this week. I think he's worth an add if you have the space. If not this week, then next week. But keep him on your mind. Rondale Moore is the number 2 on the Arizona Cardinals. I think he's worth an add, but I'm really not excited about starting him at the moment. He's more of a pickup and wait. That's kind of the same with these next 2 as well. Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson. Now, Garrett Wilson isn't really available in most leagues, and Elijah Moore has been dropped because he looked like he wasn't going to have a role. But with the injury to Breece Hall, I think that they may need to lean on the passing game a little bit more. But the problem is their next 2 matchups. The Patriots and the Bills? Those are 2 very good pass defenses. I'm not really excited about it. Also, I don't trust Zach Wilson. I don't think he's really that great of a quarterback. And last but not least, Paris Campbell. He's gotten work these last 2 weeks, but with Matt Ryan getting benched basically, who's to say what his role is? If you pick him up, he's more of a speculative add. Are you desperate for a tight end? Don't worry, I got you. Greg Dolch. Greg Dolch. Probably saying his name wrong. But he's had double-digit fantasy points in the last 2 weeks, and he is definitely on your waiver wire. Evan Ingram, I told you to grab him last week. Double-digit fantasy points. But this week against Denver, that defense is serious, and I'm really not excited about him. So he's more of a desperation play, mainly because the defense is incredible. On the flip side, Mike Gesicki is going against Detroit, and they are terrible on defense. Fire up Mike Gesicki if you need a tight end play. And last but not least, Juwan Johnson. Now, this one takes a little bit of research on your end. You need to see if Adam Troutman or any other tight ends are going to be starting over him. But if that is not the case, at least Andy Dalton has proven that he really likes to throw to Juwan Johnson. Fire him up if the stars align. So if you're desperate, he might be worth a look. Are you searching for what defense to play this week? I got you. Starting off with the Tennessee Titans. Going up against Houston, they had 19 fantasy points last week. Now they go up against one of the worst teams in the league. Fire up your Tennessee Titans. They should be solid this week. And if you're desperate, I think you can play the Carolina Panthers. They're going up against the Atlanta Falcons. And they did just hold Tom Brady to 3. So that's going to do it for my waiver wire episode for week 8. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below. If you have any questions, hit me up. Good luck on your waiver wire. Peace.